I'm Stan, and I've come to realize that life can throw a curveball at you when you least expect it. 5 months ago, life was really good for me. I was working out every day, playing racquetball, golfing as often as I could, dancing, and doing other activities that really were fun for me to do. And then in a moment of time, 5 months ago, I found myself on the floor in extreme pain. It was as if somebody took and just snapped my back right in two. And as I laid there and tried to gather myself, and eventually I was able to sit up just a little bit, but still in pain, I began to think in the back of my head, well, I've had injuries before. This will last a couple days maybe a couple weeks, and I'll be okay and I'll be back to normal. What I failed to realize at that time was that I tore a small muscle that is inside my vertebrae that holds and stabilizes all the vertebrae together in your back. And the muscle was in my lower back, and I tore it. Now, conventional treatment suggested that I get my back fused. But all the information I learned about back fusions was that afterwards you're really fraught with a lot of difficulties and traumas and other things. And I really wouldn't be able to do all the things that define me as a human being. So I was in a quandary because the pain was so severe. In fact, the only way I could get relief of pain at that time was to lay flat on my back and not move. If I moved, the pain was just awful. And when I started walking around, I had to bow my back backwards so that my upper muscles would support my back instead of my lower back supporting it. Also, when I bent over, I couldn't bend over. I had to step down and pick things up that way, using my upper back muscles, which then caused them to be inflamed and sore. It literally felt like there were hornets stinging my back 24 hours a day, all day long. So I had a consultation with Steve from Touch, Hope, and Wellness. And Steve stated that deep tissue massage might allow me to heal without undergoing back fusion. Well, this was appealing to me. He said that this type of treatment involves performing deep tissue massage on the injured muscles and rubbing out the scar tissue that was developing in the muscles due to the fact that they were sick at the time. And this would restore life-sustaining oxygen and blood flow back to the muscles, causing them to heal naturally. This sounded very appealing, so I went ahead and went through treatments with Steve at Touch, Hope, and Wellness. After each treatment, it would make me feel a little better, and then in time I would have to take additional treatments to continue the process. Well, a couple months went by, and well, I guess I could say that I had a defining moment, because at the time it just, I don't know, but depression started setting in, and I began to wonder and really doubt if anything was going to help me to get back to normal. And my defining moment came one night, in the middle of the night, when I had to get up and use the restroom. I sat up in my bed, I put my feet on the floor and went to stand. And the pain was so severe, I had to lean over and grab my nightstand to support me. And then I put my hands on the dresser and moved myself along the wall to the door. I then put my hand on the door, but I missed, and I fell on the floor into the hallway. And there I sat in the middle of the night, and I began thinking, wow. I looked at the darkness, and tears started coming down my eyes, because I really didn't know if anything was ever going to help me. And whether or not I should just give up and let this pain win out and I would be who I was going to be, or would I go through the arduous program of recovery by going through treatments and doing what I know I need to do to get over this. Well, I'm the type of person who really has never given up on anything worth fighting for. And this was certainly worth fighting for. So I continued to get treatments. And sure enough, after treatments, when it became 4 months since my injury, I noticed that the tear in my back had finally healed. And the upper muscles in my back were starting to heal also. and the pain started to get less and less and less. It felt really good because now I could see that there was light at the end of the tunnel, and that light wasn't a train. It's ironic that just a couple years ago, Touch Hope and Wellness hired me to create their website for them. I also did the videography for all the other testimonies on the website. I would sit there and I would listen to these people tell their story about the severe pain that they endured from various injuries, and how Touch, Hope, and Wellness gave them restored hope and relief of pain. All these are good, hard-working people who can now do the things that they never thought that they would ever do again. I also used myself as a prop in the flash video on the home page that told a little story about a man who's a golfer who goes in to see Val at Touch, Hope, and Wellness. And he gets a massage. And he's sitting there taking consultation from Val. And all the while he's getting hope. And he's thinking and dreaming about being able to play golf again. And the last picture shows this man with two of his close friends out on the golf course with a big smile on his face, able to play golf again. Little did I know that I would actually become one of their success stories in real life. The name of this business is Touch, Hope, and Wellness. And how appropriate that name is and has proven to become in my case. At first I received the touch. They touched me with massages, deep tissue therapy. And then hope came, hope of being able to do the things that I once was able to do. And then, last but not least, came the wellness. And it's been a great feeling, and it's been 5 months now since the injury. And even though I'm not quite 100% yet, I was able to go out with a couple of my close friends and play my first round of golf since the injury. No, I really didn't shoot a very good score, but I can guarantee this. I was the happiest man on the golf course at that particular time. I'm grateful that I chose the path I did, and the help that Touch, Hope, and Wellness gave me gives me hope of a bright future again.